Alright, what's up, y'all? Alright, so yesterday I had a talk with one of the greatest artists, painters of my generation, of our generation, um, named Kevin A. Williams, flip it, W-A-K, Art by Whack. If you don't know him, you probably should. Go ahead and follow my Instagram, all that good stuff. And I talked to him on the phone yesterday for about 30 minutes, just, catching up with them, telling them I was having some issues with my mentality and my self-esteem and how I'm maneuvering through the art space in Atlanta. And trying to get some feedback and trying to get some advice on certain things. And so he was telling me a few things that helped me out a lot. But in the midst of the conversation, I was asking him about how he deals with his introvertedness, and if that's a word. Because he told me a while ago that he's a shy person. He stays to himself. He likes to stay in his own bubble. And I told him that shit, it's the same with me. It damn near is crippling. Like, my social anxiety be really making me feel awkward as fuck to where I can't socialize and I don't want to go outside. So I asked him, how do you do that? How do you turn it on when it's time for an exhibition? Because he just had an exhibition at Mint Gallery not too long ago. And I was like, how do you socialize with all these people coming at you, hundreds and hundreds of people trying to talk to you and shake your hand? And he says, bro, I just turn it on and off. I have an alter ego named Whack. And whenever I have a show or whenever I need to go out and socialize, I just turn it on. And, Kevin is not there. Kevin Williams is not there. It's just Whack. And I said, oh, yeah, that sounds familiar. Kind of like how Kobe Bryant turns into Black Mama when he steps on the court. And he was like, yeah, it's sort of just like that. And I've been reading this book titled Winning. It's titled Winning by Eric Grover, or Tim Grover. I'm sorry, Tim Grover. And he's a personal trainer. He was a personal trainer for Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. So I've been reading that book, and it's getting me in the mentality of being more confident and just being more competitive natured and just, boosting my motivation and my self-esteem. So anyways, let's get to this dream that I had last night, because this is what this whole video is about. I had a dream, and it's deep rooted in some of my insecurities, me lacking self-confidence to be in a room with certain people, or me being in an environment with greats, like goats, I should say, who I'm slightly intimidated by, but really they're just normal people like me and you. And I've had conversations with them, and they're so larger than life to me that I be so nervous to even talk to them or be around them, because I feel like I am insecure and unworthy and just awkward, socially awkward. So this dream that I had last night was deep rooted in that secret that I've been holding onto. Because I don't like to talk about it out loud, because I don't want anybody to think that I'm not confident, you feel me? But I'm not always confident, especially in social settings, especially when it comes to conversating and making small talk and stuff, and being around people who I look up to. It's like I gotta have a prepared speech or prepared questions and stuff, because I be so nervous and shit. So last night I had this dream, and I was walking up some steps. I was coming from the basement somewhere, and I was walking up these steps. It was like a spiral staircase, real fancy. And I end up in this hotel lobby, this fancy ass hotel lobby, but it's like a dining room. It's like a huge restaurant space that I'm walking upstairs to, and I see a bunch of fancy ass people sitting down eating, waiters and waitresses walking back and forth, real fancy shit. And I'm dressed like, you know what I'm saying, t-shirt, cargos with some like Timberlands on and shit, and just dressing normal, but everybody else is dressed like super fancy. So I feel like I'm not even supposed to be there. So I'm walking up the steps, and I see Kevin Williams at a table, at a dinner table with maybe like 6 or 7 other people, high profile people or clients or whatever, whoever they may be, and they're having dinner, and I don't catch his eye. He doesn't catch my eye fully, but I'm walking up the steps, and when I see him, I stumble up the last step, like I trip over my feet, kind of like the last step. I tripped over that step, and I don't fall, but I slip to where it's noticeable. And if you ever fell up the steps in front of people, it's embarrassing. So I felt embarrassment. I didn't even want to look up to see if anybody saw me. I just immediately walked towards the exit of the hotel. Like I trip, I catch myself, and I'm like, oh shit, almost fell. And then I just like quickly walk towards the exit because I don't want to see anybody like laugh at me. I'm already feeling embarrassed. So I walk towards the exit. I don't say nothing to Kevin, even though he's the only person I know in the room. So I'm aiming towards the exit, and I don't even remember the exit lobby had like this rotating doors to where this lady, I don't know what she looked like or who she was, but this lady kind of guides me in the direction of a U-turn to where we walk in the revolving doors, but she walks me back into the hotel. Like I don't even exit. Like I thought I was supposed to leave, and she walks me back into the hotel. I'm walking in the hotel again. You know, everybody's eating dinner and shit. And it's weird. When I look to the left in the restaurant, I see a food court. Like a ghetto, it's not even ghetto, it's just basic. It's like a food court with families and kids and mothers eating like fast food and like Dairy Queen and shit, like sitting over there to the side. But when I look back over here, it's like the fancy restaurant in the hotel lobby. So I'm walking in this direction. I don't even go over there because that's not where I'm headed to. I walk, and I'm walking towards like Kevin's table, and I see him getting the check, right? He gets the check, he gets the bill, and he's reaching in his wallet to like pay for everybody, pay for the whole table. And so for some reason, confidence lacking, I don't talk to him again. I don't say anything to him again. I walk past him again. And this kind of happened in real life. He had an exhibition not too long ago, and I've seen him a few times. And I walk past him. I eventually say hello to him. I eventually say hi to him when he comes to me. But it was numerous times where I was like, nah, I'm not going to say anything to him yet. Nah, I'm not going to say what's up to him yet. I see other people trying to talk to him. And so this was brought up in my dream where I see he's about to like pull out his wad of cash or his wallet to pay for this meal, pay for this dinner. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to bother him right now while he's like taking care of the check. So I walk past him again without saying anything, knowing that I know this man, knowing that I have conversations with him. And I walk past him, and I see this guy who was sitting at his table, who ate up all his food, who was taking shots. And this guy said he just was drinking in front of me, and he caught my eye, and I was like, hey, what's up, man? You drinking a lot. Is it going down smooth? He was like, yeah, buddy. He just gave me a smile. So I talked to him, but I continued to walk down the steps where I came from. The dream started where I was coming up the steps. So I'm walking down the steps again for some reason, following this lady. This lady's still walking in front of me. And on the spiral staircase, now I see a snake kind of sitting on the the railing, and the lady just blissfully, like, just eloquently just touches the snake on his chin and says hello to the snake, like they've been friends or something. And she continues to walk. But as she does that, I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? Where did that snake come from? Because I'm black. I don't fuck with snakes being out in the open. That was kind of random to me. So I was like, whoa, don't touch that snake. Be careful with that snake. And she already knew the snake. She walked past the snake. The snake wasn't bothering her. But when I got scared, the snake noticed immediately, and the snake started hissing at me. The snake became started to become aggressive. Started to become very aggressive, and so I start walking back up towards the steps. I start going in the opposite direction. I go back up, because at this point I'm like, oh shit, this snake is about to bite me. And I'm stumbling up the steps, and I look back down, and I see like Steve Irwin, like the crocodile hunter, bro. Like I see him on the staircase. He just pops up out of nowhere, like, what the fuck, where'd you come from? And so he's like smiling at me, and he got the snake in his hand now, and he's just looking like, you know what I'm saying, Steve Irwin with a smile on his face. There's nothing to fear. And so at this point, I'm making a scene, because first I'm like, what the fuck, there's a snake right there. Second, I'm like, what the fuck, where did Steve Irwin come from? I'm being loud at this point in the restaurant, and everybody was enjoying their meal until I came along talking about snakes and crocodile hunters. So everybody kind of stops eating and puts their focus on me. And so I turn around from looking at the staircase, looking down the staircase and seeing crocodile hunter. I turn around and I see everyone staring at me, but there's not just people in the room now. There are giant animals in the room. There's a giant snake 5 times the size of the original snake. If you've seen the movie Anaconda, it's that big. If you've seen the movie Jungle Book, it's that big. I see a snake in the restaurant. I see a tiger. I see a bear. I see a jaguar. They're just giant animals that appeared out of nowhere in the restaurant when I turn around. So really, I'm like paralyzed, because I catch eyes with the snake, the big ass snake staring at me, and I'm about to have a fucking heart attack, bro. I'm about to have a heart attack. I'm about to shit my pants, because there's this like giant snake that's like looking down on me, and I'm like crawling at this point. Everybody's staring at me. Nobody else is bothered except for me. So I'm crawling at this point. I'm trying to like find cover. I'm trying to like get behind somebody, and I'm trying to hide behind somebody. But the more I get scared, the more the snake notices me, the giant snake. So now the giant snake is following me under the table, and like behind this person I'm hiding behind. The snake is just like not even being super aggressive, but just following me. And like it smells my fear. Like, you know, they say if you're playing with a dog or an animal, like don't be scared, because they can smell fear. It was something like that. And so I'm behind this guy, this random white man who seems unbothered as fuck. Everybody else in the restaurant is just unbothered by this, and they're just looking at me like I'm making a scene. So the snake is scaring me, but this bear, straight out of Jungle Book. This really is coming straight out of Jungle Book at this point. This bear puts out his paw to me. It looked just like this, and I reach out to grab his paw, and he's like, he doesn't say it, but he's like, come with me. And he shows me to the exit. He shows me to the exit again. I'm looking back, and I feel shame coming from everyone. The animals, the people in the room. Kevin Williams is looking at me also with the blank face. And yeah, it's weird, because at this point, I'm not scared anymore. I'm not scared of the snake anymore. Nobody's trying to eat me. Nobody's trying to kill me. But I am walking towards the exit, and it's like, damn, what just happened? Why was nobody scared but me? And I kind of wake up before I walk through the exit. I wake up because my alarm goes off, and there's always a bit of confusion when I wake up from certain dreams, but it instantly hit me. Instantly. Because I've been reading that book, because I talked to Kevin over the phone yesterday, and because I've been feeling these feelings, getting back in the art community. I'm spending more time with Melvin Todd. I'm spending more time with Maya Bailey. I'm spending more time with around Kevin Williams. And it's crazy because I've been reading this book when I wake up in the morning, and it's teaching me to be fearless. And it's teaching me the habits of Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. And when I look back and think about the dream that I had, that giant snake it wasn't even a snake. It was the the way I interpret it, it was the Black Mamba himself. It was Kobe Bryant in the body of a Black Mamba snake. And it's crazy that I felt like I was in Kobe Bryant's presence in that dream. And I was scared of him for whatever reason. But when he steps onto the court, that's what he wants. When Kobe Bryant steps onto the court, he becomes a Black Mamba, and he wants to provoke fear in his opponent. So me being in this room, I felt like Mowgli from the Jungle Book. I felt out of place. I felt like I didn't belong, even though I'm different, even though I feel strange, or I feel uncomfortable in my own skin sometimes, or I feel awkward sometimes. I know that I'm meant to be there still. You feel me? It's a matter of self-confidence and knowing that you are welcome in the room, and that you're allowed to be in the room with giants and greats. You feel me? The giants in the room signify great leaders and great profiles and people who I want to be around, you know? The GOATs. I want to be around the GOATs. I want to be in a room full of high profile people. I want to be in a room full of celebrities and full of just inspiring people who are larger than life. I want to be in that room. But that dream was telling me you can't be scared to be in that room. You can't be scared. You can't be shy. You can't be second guessing yourself that you're worthy to be in that room, because you are worthy. So I have to tell myself that whenever I step back outside, because I get shy and I be in this little bubble of mine, I really be worried. I'll be like, if I go back outside, if I go back around these people, will they like what they see? Will they be proud of my work if I show them my work? Will they say I'm good enough to be in their circle? And I know I'm good enough. You feel me? I still have much room to improve, but I know that I'm great. It's just a matter of self-confidence and knowing that I'm allowed to be in the presence of greatness. You feel me? Because I am meant for greatness myself. And that dream really told me that, like, hey, you can stay in the room, or you can see the exit. You can join what we got going on, building wealth and building greatness, or you can see the exit, or go back where you came from. So it's all about conquering my fears this upcoming year. Not even this upcoming year, just right now, honestly, because I've been in a place where I made a lot of poor decisions this past year, and I feel like my insecurities and my awkwardness kind of spills out even more. Even when I don't show it on my face, it still is like, it's like an aura, an energy that comes off of me that I don't want to be there. So it's time for me to re-step back into my confidence and, just thankful I had that dream. That shit was crazy though. That shit was crazy. God working mysterious ways, don't he?